about essentialism, McKeown described essentialism as focusing on accomplishing lesser tasks in a better way. He talked about it as a means to reap high returns on every precious moment of your life. Hello everyone, my name is Dorothy Sparkles, and today's video is inspired by my own perspective and understanding of the book Essentialism by McKeown. Essentialism is a disciplined, systemic approach to determining where our highest point of contribution lies. Focusing on these contributions and making the most of them, giving ourselves the opportunity to enjoy life in a simpler form. Essentially, this theory forces you to focus on the most important things in your life, causing you to simplify life to the best of your ability. Personally, this has affected my life in a positive way. As someone who used to be an avid multitasker and procrastinator, I have come to the realization that multitasking took away from my ability to be both productive and conscious in the moment. For instance, even though multitasking meant that I have had so many tasks started simultaneously, it also meant that I have several unfinished tasks by the end of the day. Changing my mindset about my way of living and using the principles of essentialism has greatly improved my lifestyle. I find that disorganization gives me crippling anxiety, so restoring order to my living space has been force center, and the resulting tranquility and rise in productivity is telling. I understand essentialism to be focus, prioritizing the most important aspect of what needs to be done first before moving on to other tasks. It's really the simple things, like putting things away immediately after using them, so you don't have a big pile of mess to clean up at the end of the day. Starting your chores simple and early, like making your bed immediately after you wake up, so that by the end of the day, you would have accomplished so much without putting in a lot of efforts. Refusing to assign your spare time to unimportant things in favor of self-rewarding activities that will boost you mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally. For you, this could mean going out solo, enjoying the day with friends and family. For another person, this could mean doing a physical activity so that they can find fulfillment in the simple pleasure of labor. Yet another person might choose to do a self-indulgent day. And for anybody like me, this probably means pouring into yourself by taking care of your physical appearance, feeding your body with wholesome food, and your mind by constantly learning. The trick is to find an uplifting activity that will instantly elevate your consciousness and replenish your creativity. Thus, I have also come to understand essentialism to mean paying more attention to things that fuel my energy bar and less attention to things that drain it. Like when I stay into bask in solitude, listening to uplifting podcasts and music, dance, exercise, investing time into little moments of self-care, like when I do my skincare, hair care, or use fragrances, make meals, or even just sleeping. the same vein, being able to check in with myself and a prompt to reach out to borrow positivity juice and energy from the wonderful people in my life when solitude turns to isolation, or in cases where I begin to get anxious or depressed. Essentialism is encompassing and applies to other areas of life, like education. For a student, this means focusing on the basic aspects of your course and learning them before moving on to other related materials or topics. In fact, this is a widely accepted pattern and model, as you're required to pass your core courses before you can be promoted after a test is given. In relating this to food, sourcing local and indigenous food produces easily accessible food items, making simpler but more nourishing and satisfying food, as opposed to sourcing food items over long distances, doing more of takeouts and eating out often, going to several markets because of brand preferences and not necessarily for any other reason. And when it comes to preferences and lifestyle, embracing minimalism and less cluster while shunning toxic consumerism. It focuses on simplifying your life, giving you lesser but more meaningful options. As a result, there is a lot more focus on satisfying your needs rather than on your wants. Essentialism can boost work ethics when focus is put on the actual job description, getting that done and out of the way, then using the said factor as a guide on where else to apply oneself. It can also be seen in a financial capacity when one utilizes tools such as scale of preference, planning, opportunity cost, budgeting, saving, investing, risk management, etc. Overall, this discipline is in pursuit of a simpler and more meaningful life, and that in itself is already fulfilling. But like every other way of life, there is room for disagreement. For instance, one can say that humanity in itself is a complexity, so it stands to reason that an oversimplification of things can begin to get boring, or that because of our evolution, it is in fact not in our nature to be simple creatures. However, one can also argue that making room for simplification is in itself a complexity, and that something that is so against our nature cannot be so easy to do, and on the argument goes. Wherever you stand in this, it's impossible to deny the merit of this practice and the intentionality behind this way of life, especially in a world with too many options. It is also easy to tilt into individualism and conservative ideology. Hence, in all this I say, only take the parts of any system that nurtures you.